Jaylen Brown missing the remainder of this season. Brown has a torn ligament in his left wrist. He will have surgery this week, the team said. On April 27th, Brown took a hard fall, appeared to favor his wrist. So we don't know for sure that's what did it, but we can look back at that. He went on to play 3 more games, but finally did get shut down yesterday. He's averaging nearly 25 points, 6 rebounds this season. So, Vince, what are the Celtics' chances without Brown the rest of the way? It was already a tough week or two for them.
I think right now it's going to be tough for them. And I think why those numbers right there that you're showing. And I think Jaylen Brown, brought so much to the table. We know Tatum is the go-to guy. We know Marcus Smart is the heart of the team, but he's an extremely important part on both ends of the floor. He's improved. I thought he's up for most improved player, in my opinion. He has a great chance. I mean, we know about that guy's doing it in New York. But, I mean, he's been playing outstanding basketball. What he was doing when Tatum was out kept the Boston Celtics afloat. Yes, they weren't playing great basketball. They got the team back together. The trio of Brown, Tatum, and Smart started to rise and took them from 8th. They were almost out to now. Yes, they're in 7th, but I'm concerned, and I just think it's going to be a uphill battle. Yes, they added Fournier, but and you're going to need Smart to play and score more points, but it's not Jaylen Brown.
Guy, let's be honest. We're not going to disrespect the Boston Celtics. We're not going to disrespect Jaylen Brown.
But
without Jaylen Brown, an already struggling team is just they're not going to do much. First round exit if they're lucky. But this is a team that has been fighting for championships the last 5 years. You don't have that type of team, and that's not a knock. What you do have is 2 of the best young superstars in this league, and you have a ton of other young talent around them, guys that are in their early 20s, not mid, not late, early 20s, right? And so you have a ton to build on, and so like you should be very, very excited about your future, but your future kind of starts today. And Jason Tatum and these guys are going to still play, but realistically it's very similar to the Denver Nuggets when they lost Jamal Murray. Your chances of winning a championship went from slim to next to impossible.
Well, look, I mean, Denver's playing very well with what Nikola Jokic has done without Jamal Murray, so I'm not ready to pronounce them anything
They're done
yet.
too.
But I will say...
They're done too.
Richard, come on.
They're done. They're done. You can't win a championship. They're done. They're done.
I'm going to just respectfully disagree. But I will say this. I will say that those tables do turn, right? Because the Celtics were in the Eastern Conference Finals 3 of the last 4 years. Certainly among Celtics fans, not players, but fans, there has been a bit of, Kyrie Irving, we don't need you. And then if you look at that bracket, if things stay the way they are now, you'd have the Celtics playing the Nets in the first round without Jaylen Brown, with Kyrie Irving on the other side. So we'll see if that develops. Very sorry, though, to hear that about Jaylen was having a great season. Coming up, guys, we're going to talk a little more Steph Curry, because it's not now. How many guys were defending him? 4? 5?
Not enough.
That is the answer. The answer is not enough. Welcome to The Jump. I'm Rachel Nichols alongside NBA champ Richard Jefferson, future Hall of Famer Vince Carter. We've got the gang back together. A lot to get to today, starting with... If you had told me at the start of the season we'd have a night in May when one of the Wizards stars got love from the whole league for setting an impressive record, at the same time the team's other star got into a multi-tweet beef with an opposing player, I would have believed you. I just probably would have switched which name went with which accomplishment. After all, it's Russell Westbrook, who is known for his epic feuds with Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, half the Portland Trailblazers, while Bradley Beal is supposed to be the nice guy who scores a lot of points. Cut to what actually happened last night, though, and it was Russ who was wrapped in good vibes thanks to this rebound in the fourth quarter of the Wizards game against the Hawks. I love Davis Bertans nearly going up for that one, by the way. Dude, have you not been watching the NBA the last 13 years? That is Russell Westbrook's ball, and it sealed his 182nd career triple-double, which broke the once seemingly unbreakable record set by Oscar Robertson 47 years ago. 47 years ago. Congratulations poured in from every corner of the league. One of the nicest touches was a video that included the other guys near the top of the triple-double list. Magic, Jason Kidd, and of course, Oscar. And personally, I've been very open on this show. I think it is tremendous fun watching Russell Westbrook play basketball. I do think his triple-doubles affect winning. His teams have a 136-46 record on those nights. And I don't think they are the result of empty stat padding. Once again, and for the 100th time, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. And look, I'm aware there are plenty of Russ skeptics out there, and they likely drew some glee last night when the Wizards lost on, a Russ three-point attempt that clanged off the side of the rim. But listen to the people who play with him. Bradley Beal came on the Jump just a couple weeks ago and called Russell one of the best teammates he has ever had, crediting Russ for pushing him toward the scoring title this season. Which has some irony after last night, actually, because it's discussion over the scoring title that got Beal into some Westbrook-style beef with, of all people, Kent Bazemore. Yeah, Bazemore had been asked about his Warriors teammate Steph Curry going neck and neck with Beal in the scoring race. And
Here we go. Here we go.
And we got guys hurting hamstrings trying to keep up. So, yeah, I got to do some research on that. Oh, you got me, money.
The hamstring reference was, of course, about Beal, who is out with the injury right now, and he did not take kindly to it. A string of tweets. Look at these. He says, I don't do subliminals. Then he proves it when he directly calls out Baze as, quote, lame, tells him to stop the goofy stuff, and even posted this clown gif. Then Beal's wife got into it, too, posting Bazemore's stats. Bazemore was actually playing in the Warriors game while a lot of this was happening, but afterward, this was his response.
Whatever. It kind of got out of hand. I didn't check my phone all day until after the game, so it's kind of blowing up. But I don't get involved in that crap, man. I'm gonna go home, love my wife, watch some Peaky Blinders, and go to bed. Dude, I got work to do tomorrow.
Okay, thank you for the TMI on your love life, Baze. Look, I feel pretty confident in predicting we won't get a Warriors-Wizards NBA Finals this year. So by the time Bazemore and Beal actually meet on the court sometimes, I am guessing most of this will be forgotten. But what the Wizards' other star did, that he is going to stand the test of time, he placed a deserved stamp of approval, a player who has left his mark all over the game. Congratulations to Russ. Vince, you called that game last night. Let's just start with the Russ part. We'll get into the Bradley Beal part in a minute. But what was your reaction in the moment of Russ breaking that triple-double record?
I mean, I'm all for being a part of history and being in the building for history. I mean, it's right in front of us. I got the opportunity to play with a guy by the name of Jason Kidd. RJ, you might know him. And to watch Jason Kidd do what he was doing on the court and how easy it seemed to get triple doubles at that time, we thought, okay, 181, he might not catch. Oh, look at those guys. 181, he might not catch. Magic Johnson, it's possible. But then you see Russell Westbrook come around and make it really look easy. And I mean, scoring, yes, we know he can score. Rebounding, he rebounds with the best bigs in the game, and assisting, and he's just sacrificed a lot as far as just taking hits. And like you said, that number of 136 and 46 means something to me. Mm-hmm. That's like 74.7%. Like, that's a winning percentage, and that means he's getting it done. And one thing I am proud about Russell Westbrook is he's continued to still play his game and do it like he's going to do it. And I mean, 182. I have five in my career. So he's just made it look easy, and it's not.
Yes. Well, I have one, so that was fun.
So we have six total.
So six
total. 182.
Well, no. I think to give you guys an example. Obviously, me and Vince, we played with Jason Kidd, who was Mr. Triple Double of his era, right? It was after Magic Johnson. It was him. It was Grant Hill. LeBron James came a little bit later, but Jason Kidd would sit on the back of the bus, and we would talk about, man, you had another triple double, and he would like, yeah, and we would look at the numbers, and he passed Larry Bird, and he was like, yeah, I don't think anyone's ever going to be able to catch Oscar. Because those were the words out of Jason Kidd's mouth, like one of the greatest of all time. And so when these guys are giving these tribute videos, like the level of respect that these guys have for Russ to see what he can do.
That's in your tribute video.
Like these guys that are like, we didn't think what you are doing could be done. And I am sitting here telling you, me and Vince, after getting Jason Kidd 12 assists and 13 assists, was like, yeah, no one's going to be able to catch Oscar. And me and Vince would look at each other like, dude, we giving you assists. You just got to go get some rebounds and 10 points. Like, you can do this. And it's just a compliment to Russ and all of the work and just doing it his way. And again, to your point, Vince, about the numbers and the winning percentage, That's all that you have to do. When he does that and he impacts the game in that manner, which is a lot, look at the winning percentage.
Absolutely. Look, that's all, to me, that's all that matters. I do want to circle back to the beef between Beal and Kate
Now
Manford.
let's talk about some stuff.
It's straight out of reality TV, which, oh, wait, we got something for that.
This is the true story.
True story.
Of 17 strangers
Picked to play on a team.
We're all adults. You guys' job. You guys can't do my job.
And have their lives taped.
It's frustrating.
Find out what happens.
When people stop being polite.
And start getting Beal.
Well, I know, dog.
The Beal world.
DC.
Never has an intro been more appropriate as we do our reality TV section of the show. Richard, you're probably the most qualified person to talk about this incident. You are our senior NBA troller on this show.
Let's go.
Kent Bazemore was your rookie, right, when he came into the league.
Yep.
And you just told me during the break that you introduced Kent to his wife, the wife he referred to in last night's press conference. He was going to go love up on
So
instead of responding to Beal. So please, go ahead.
Listen, there's a lot of layers here. As a person that enjoys like triggering people and cracking jokes and trolling, what Bazemore did was wrong. You don't ever want to crack. You could crack jokes about players, you could say that, but to kind of laugh the way you did about a guy that's injured, right? And this is not something that Bradley Beal is new to. He's been scoring like this for a couple of years. Mm-hmm. So this is who he is. This is how he approaches the game. But to kind of crack jokes about an injury and something like that, especially given all the COVID, look, you should get shots taken right back at you directly. On the Bradley Beal side, I just think it's always best if we allow athletes to handle athletes. When family members, when wives, when kids, when that gets involved, it can become a very dark and not a fun place. And so I respect everyone that stands up for their loved ones, but oftentimes it should be the two individuals that are working to hash that out. Because if wives get involved, then siblings get involved, and then it starts to get to a place that it shouldn't. But I do respect people that are supporting. You should support your spouse, but sometimes men at work or women at work, WNBA included, you should just allow people to do what they do. That's my humble opinion.
Well said, RJ. Well said. Well said. No, I'm going to say this. Yes, I played with Baze for a couple of years here in Atlanta, and know him very well, and you can tell he was joking.
He was.
And it's just
but that was what Brad
another way
had
to
issue
handle
with,
it.
that he was joking about an injury.
Right, and that's the thing. And if anything, well, one, at least say that. But you got to say that, because it's like you can't leave everybody like that. Like, wait, you're talking about an injury. But that's Baze. Baze is very loyal to his team, and he's sticking up for his guys. And I think it was just friendly banter that kind of went left just a touch. And with that being said, I think we all know, and we've all said it here, we had Baze on here, we know where his heart is.
Yeah.
Yes. His heart is the step, as he pointed out last
He's one of the best teammates you could ever have.
100%. And we know he's about winning. And let's just think about this. If Bradley Beal was not scoring 50 points or averaging 31.4 points a game, with Russ doing what he's doing, the Washington Wizards would not have a chance to be where they are right now. So I think we understand, like I said, that's where when I heard that, I was like, okay, it has to be banter, because I think Baze knows the game and knows what's going on around the league to know, like, yes, this is an opportunity to lead the league. Yes, and you're going to be in a competition. When you're in a competition with Steph, you better go score 50, because you know Steph is very capable. So
yeah,
I do want to point out that when all of this started, first Brad tweeted, should I let him live or go after him?
The answer was yes, Brad. You should have just let him live, Brad.
Wait.
And then given him 50 next time you saw him.
Brad's wife tweeted back at him the Mortal Kombat
finish him. Oh, see, and look, I respect it.
All right, I want to move on.
I respect it.
I want to move